good, people? Welcome to the channel where we talk about. Guess what? My volume was not turned up, so you couldn't even hear what I was saying. But welcome to the channel where we talk about music licensing, music production, and music business. If you love any of the previously mentioned, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all my latest content. Shout out to everybody that's coming through, man. Let me know where you guys are from, what you're up to. What's up, Reese? I see you in the building, back again. Good to see you, bro. Yeah, let me know where you guys are from. Let me know what's good. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. So hopefully, y'all having a good start to the week. I am. It's been pretty productive so far. I'm not mad at all. Getting things done. So yeah, it's been super dope. I'm excited today because I know a lot of people be having like publishing questions and stuff like that. Because it's just, listen, man, like this industry is complicated. It's like so many different things as far as making sure you're registered and signed up for the right things that sometimes it can just be overwhelming, to be honest with you. So I'm excited to have Tami LaTrell on. Let me shoot her this joint with us today. Let me make sure she got this joint. All right. See if it'll page. So yeah, what's up, Deverick? Hey, man, finally down to Orlando. Nice. How's the weather? I bet it's humid, man. Florida be mad humid. Soon as you hop out the car, the plane, you just immediately just start sweating. It's crazy. What's up, creative? I'm tuned in while cleaning the crib. Nice. That's how you stay productive, man. Like, clean the crib and then listen to something, listen to some knowledge, man. That's dope. What was it? Sharon Productions, formerly known as by Logic Sounds. Okay, I got you. Logic Sounds back in the building. I see you. What's up, Relay? Missed your last Q&A. Man, it's all good. It was dope. You definitely missed out, but it was dope. It's still on the channel, man, so you can go back and watch it whenever you want, man. So it's there. Hot and humid. I feel you, man. Like, it's been scorching here in the A too, so I feel you. It's been humid too. I don't know if it's as humid as Florida, but nah, man, it's hold on, let me see. Okay, there we go. All right. We got Tami in the building. What's up, Tami? Can you hear me?
Hey, yes, I can. Hold on. Let me clean my camera off. Your camera is so sharp. Oh my God.
It's the Sony. I got it all rigged up. But no, you look good. It's clean on your end too.
Oh my God. No, I feel like I need a napkin.
It's all good. So while you doing that, I'm gonna just introduce you to the people, go over the brief bio.
Okay.
So
can they see us now?
Yeah, we live. We
hey,
live
everybody.
and direct. Yeah, we just be chilling, man. We just we chop it up, we ask questions, and we hang out. Everybody's super cool. I know they be drilling me with the publishing questions, so I was just like, yo, I gotta have you on so you can clarify some things and help the people out. But so for those who don't know, this is Tami LaTrell. Tami LaTrell is a multi-platinum Grammy nominated songwriter. She's written for artists such as Whitney Houston, Monica, Keisha Cole, SWV. She's a CEO of the Mezzo agency here in Atlanta, which is a publishing administration company. And recently, she's also the governor of the Atlanta chapter of the Recording Academy. So congrats again on that. And thank you for coming through. I know you're busy, so I appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us and answer some questions. So I guess tell us how's your week going? How's everything going?
Oh man, I had a really good week. Last week I went to Vegas for my birthday. So nice. If y'all want to see all the photos from that, they're on my Instagram in my story, in my highlights. But yeah, I celebrated my 39th birthday. I'm so excited about getting older and more mature and more wiser.
Indeed.
And so I was out in Vegas. I had never been to Vegas before, so everywhere else I've traveled, but I was just like, dang, it's really hot out here. Like different kind of heat.
Yeah.
Definitely like opening your oven hot. So I had to adjust to that. But overall I dressed for it, and we had a really good time. We saw Usher, and
Nice.
in his whole residency was really good to see him. Really good to see him back. And you can tell he's back and probably is not going nowhere for a while. So
Yo, my guy Ali, I think it might have been the same joint. He went out to Vegas to see Usher. And he was excited. He said the joint was dope. Like, even though he didn't have his live band, he said it was super dope. And
yeah.
made mention of just how massive Usher's catalog is. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it was back to back. I was
yeah,
just like, man, I had actually forgot about a few records. I was just like, oh my God, I remember this record. So it
yeah,
was just really good to see him. You know, we know that he had, been in the media for a while and just been having some things, occurring in life as we all do. But the difference is his life is under a microscope. So I'm actually glad that he took the time off, to just focus on family. And, he looked definitely fresh and revived, like he's ready to go on a whole nother tour and put out an
yeah,
album soon. So we're looking
yeah.
forward to it.
Indeed, I'm definitely looking forward to another album from him. I know, like, he put out the one that he did with man, what's the producer name? Man, I'm looking at him in my mind. I can't even think of his name.
Which, um,
It was like on some trap stuff, like just some trap R&B.
oh, yes, with Zaytoven.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep.
The whole EP tribute to Atlanta.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely had Atlanta vibes on that joint. So yeah. Um I'm looking forward to it. So I guess tell me a little bit, like, cuz I know I came across you years ago on YouTube because, as any creative, just searching for information on this whole publishing game, and I came across your YouTube channel, and it was just gem after gem after gem. And I think the thing I liked about your channel is that you made it clear and easy to understand. So I guess what triggered this whole passion as far as music publishing? Obviously you're a creative as well, so you kind of understand from that perspective, but like, you're really doing things to really help out, especially indie songwriters and producers and things like that. So what kind of got you started down this path of publishing, admin, and stuff like that?
Well, unfortunately, it's just not enough people that are talking about it. You have so many songwriters and producers who are actively working and, trying to get placements, or they're creating, on a day to day. They're building relationships and, with the hopes that, man, one day I may just get a placement. But unfortunately, there's not enough people that are talking about how important it is to have your business taken care of, so that when you do get a placement, you're not scrambling all over the place, or could possibly miss out on revenue that would be owed to you if the song releases and becomes a success.
Yeah.
And so my passion, it really ignited young for me. I was 17 years old, signed with signed with the indie label as an artist, and I, wrote all of my songs in Houston. And I started seeing that things were not going as though I thought they should. And I just saw that the label and I weren't seeing eye to eye on a few things. And so I left the label, and I took my full scholarship to go to college. And I also, just moved on. I was like, I'm not going to quit, but it's just not going to be with them,
Right.
And so it was, literally my freshman year in college, and my mom calls me and tells me that Whitney Houston is on the radio singing one of my songs.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, huh, what do you mean? I was just completely baffled. And come to find out, the indie label, after I left, they sold my song to Whitney in Arista. She heard the song, she loved it, and it related to everything that she was going through at the time. And so they sold the song to her, and she had no clue of who I was, and neither did the label.
Wow.
Did Arista. And so once it came back down to me, it was kind of like, is this real? Once I started listening to it, I'm like, no, this is my song word for word, like including the production. So of course I reached out to the producer. He had kind of got ghost on me. And then I had to just kind of do some other investigation. And then I finally sat with the CEO and was like, look, we got a problem. I was like, y'all just released this song, but I own the original copyright.
Yeah.
So what they didn't know is during the time that I was leaving the label, I had already sent my songs in and registered them to be copyrighted, so that it was already copyrighted, but I just registered the copyright so that if anything were to happen, not assuming that anything would, but if anything did happen, I would at least have proof that I was the owner of the project. And that was by far the best decision that I could have made at, 17, 18 years old.
Right.
Me doing that alone afforded me so many other opportunities. For one, I was able to negotiate my publishing share on that song. So Arista didn't want any disputes. They didn't want any conflicts, because usually when that happens, no one gets paid, right? And because this is a very controversial album, they didn't want to hold that up. So, I told them, I was like, look, let's work this out. Let's all get an even split of it. And we walked away with the percentages that, I felt were fair. And I still get paid off of those royalties to this day. I've been able to leverage those royalties. That also helped me get my publishing deal with EMI Music Publishing, which is now Sony Music Publishing. So I got signed with them when I was 19, I believe, 18 or 19.
Okay.
And that kind of catapulted my career as an established major songwriter at that age. Wow. And so now I'm in college. I'm traveling back and forth to the studios. I'm going to LA, Miami, New York, building relationships with some of the biggest producers and songwriters in the business now, because we're all affiliated with this huge publishing company.
Right.
And, it really was like eye-opening that you saw how quick that happened. Imagine all of these songwriters and producers out here not protecting their work and getting caught up in a situation like that, where it's being released without their permission or without them even knowing,
Right.
So I didn't know that, but that was like the beginning of my platform. And so I started doing videos on my YouTube channel back in 2012 and just talking about the business and helping people understand split sheets and royalties, the different types of royalties, the different type of publishing deals and so forth. And I was really just doing it because I got tired of having consultations and conversations about it. So I was like, look, go watch my YouTube channel. It'll tell you everything. And I never looked at it as like a service where, I'm not giving you the game. It was like, no, I'll teach the game. You need to know this if you're out there, trying to have a career and get established as a creative. So that definitely was a part of my platform. Then in about 2018, I had left corporate America a year prior. I didn't want to, I was working in radios and I enjoyed it, but I just knew that I wanted to get back into music full time, working directly with songwriters and producers. So I started discovering that there were so many writers and producers that had unclaimed money that was out there that they just didn't know about. And so, I started partnering. At first, I started with Song Trust. I became a brand ambassador with them, and they were like, look, you have so many clients. Why don't you just publish them and we would be your third party publisher? And so that seemed like a good situation at first. It was, really easy to navigate their tools. And of course, I have been onboarding so many writers and producers. I think my first producer, we ended up finding him like $80,000 that we discovered was unclaimed. And so, of course, I started working with him, and then we just started onboarding more clients. Well, it got to the point to where now I have clients with massive catalogs. And so with those catalogs, you have to have a team that is managing them, organizing them before you even get to the registration and collection side. And so that's when I realized that there were way more services that my company was providing to songwriters and producers that I feel were very advantageous. And instead of us just focusing on publishing administration, we started really handling music administration, because some artists are also songwriters. And so they need help on the master recording side for their catalog. And they also need help on the publishing side for that catalog. And the metadata is definitely different on both sides. But it's very essential and important for every writer and producer who also is working as an indie artist / label, to have. And so I just didn't want to discriminate and be like, oh, I don't deal with nobody on the label side. No, we deal with both sides for independence, whether you're a label and an artist, or whether you're just a label, or whether you are a songwriter who also is putting your stuff out, as an indie label and as an artist as well. So we're able to now process copyrights, register their publishing, organize their catalogs, set up their Sound Exchange accounts for them, handle their disputes in Sound Exchange, because a lot of people don't know how to do that. We also, if they're prepping for radio and, they want to start putting a lot of marketing and promo in their songs on the master recording side, we can help them with making sure that they own all their ISRCs, that their ISRCs are embedded on all of their songs, on all their tracks. And then, of course, making sure they're registered with the RIAA, making sure that they're also taken care of, on, being able to distribute out royalties the proper way to on the label side, because that's a totally different formula compared to publishing. So we've just really, we dove in. I started onboarding my team. I've had some people that's been with me since day one. And then I have a group of newcomers that I have trained and taught the business of music administration. And so we have about 8 people on staff now that are literally working every day tirelessly to help songwriters and producers from organizing their catalogs and so forth. And then we ended our partnership with SongTrust. So we're collecting directly now for all of our writers and producers.
That's dope. That's dope. Like, it's so much involved in just the admin side of things. I know one question I get a lot is just like, for an indie producer, songwriter, artist, or whatever starting out, like, what do they need to sign up with to cover all of the bases, I guess, as far as royalties, publishing, YouTube, Pandora, radio? Like, what is it like, is it a clear-cut answer to like sign up here, and there, and then, collect everything? Like, what's your perspective on that?
Well, you can say it's a clear-cut answer. The issue is that follow through. Not a lot of songwriters and producers want to even they don't even want to do all the business that it takes with signing up and registering. But yes, you definitely need to be affiliated with the PRO as a writer, as well as a publisher. If you don't have a publishing account, our company can help you with getting it established. We also can help you set up your LLC, because you need to have an LLC in order to have your publishing company. And, we also, once you've affiliated with a PRO like BMI or, ASCAP, whoever it is that you decide to go with, you still need to sign up. You need to have a Sound Exchange account, especially if you're putting things out independently as a record label owner or a performer on the record label that you're with. Usually with Sound Exchange, we set up both a lot for our clients, because majority of them are independent, but we also handle their repertoire. So the repertoire is not the same as a publishing catalog. The splits are a bit different. And how it's actually registered in their portal is also different. And then even when you have disputes and issues that need to be addressed, it's also very different compared to if we're handling something in the ASCAP or BMI's portal. But yeah, so making sure that you're signed up with the PRO, making sure that you're signed up with Sound Exchange. And then there are a lot of other royalty sources that are paying out money. Like, you got Peloton, they're streaming music on their app as people are working out. All of that money goes up to another company that usually pays out a publishing administrator. And so that is what's important for songwriters and producers is to be affiliated with an admin, because the admin can collect for you in ways that you wouldn't otherwise be able to. And then of course we have streaming royalties from all of your streaming platforms like Apple, Tidal, Spotify, Amazon, Deezer, the list goes on and on. It's like so many of them popping up now.
Yeah.
But they actually pay the MLC. The MLC is the New Mechanical License Collective, and they partnered with Harry Fox, and so they utilize the services of the Harry Fox agency, which is great because when we're logging in and uploading all of our songs, we literally can do it all in one space, and Harry Fox can, see the registrations as well in the system. But we work with the MLC. We're partners with them for our writers to make sure that those songs are also uploaded, so that they know the split share percentages. That way, when they send in all of the information based on the data that we've entered, those royalties come in, and then from there we distribute out to our writers and producers. And as we know, streaming is majority of where the revenue is coming from on royalties. So it's very important to have, an admin that's going to help collect and register for you if you're not able to. And a lot of songwriters and producers may say, oh, I can handle it and do it all by myself. But, quite naturally, I wouldn't be in business if everybody could do everything by themselves. Yeah. So, and we've been in business now for 2.5 years. Our anniversary is on December 18th this year. We're going into our 3rd year. Right. So, things have really been moving and progressing because we know this business. We know the administration side of it really well. And we just want to make sure that writers have, the access that's needed. And then also, a lot of songwriters and producers don't even have simple things like split sheets. And so therefore, they're not organizing the songs, as they're recording them. And as they're getting them, created, finalized, finished, mixed, mastered, whatever. And so when you're getting to a place where you have already affiliated and now you need to register your songs, now you got to chase down whoever the producer was, whoever the songwriter was, because you don't have a split sheet. And so we offer split sheets. We can actually email them. They're completely free, that you could use just to kind of keep a hold of your songs if you need a document, or if you're sending out an email and you just want to get everybody on an email thread just to confirm the splits. There needs to be some type of documentation that you need as a creative to make sure that, everyone's ownership is accounted for and that you all agree, whether the song was done last year, whether it was done yesterday. Right. You definitely need documentation on, what everyone agreed to as far as the split shares go. And so, that's just a checklist that you need to have. You need to be affiliated with a PRO. You need an LLC. You need a publishing company with your PRO. You need a sound exchange account. And you definitely need to have split sheets on deck or have some form of communication where everyone's splits are accounted for. And then, obviously everything else after that is registration and collection. And then after collection comes in, which takes about 9 to 12 months because of the pandemic, we're very, very behind. Then after those royalties start coming in, then we distribute, and we distribute out every quarter.
Okay. Wow. That's what's up. I know we had a couple questions come in one from my guy, Big Shot. What's up, Big Shot? The question is, what cut is expected to give out to an admin?
We only charge 15%. That's pretty standard. You have some bigger clients like your Missy Elliott's and, all of the bigger artists that have been out for years and have written a lot of their songs and have hits. They're probably not paying no more than like 5 to 10% to their admin. But you're talking about someone who's had massive success to where their licenses are just coming in just based off of how dope they are and how accomplished they are. So they're able to negotiate what that percentage would be. But yeah, we charge a standard 15%, and we handle a lot of the royalty registration, setup for our clients. Any licenses that come in, we negotiate on their behalf to make sure that they get the best fair share. And, their licensing fees are paid up front if, there's a budget for it. And we're like an extension. We're just kind of like your admin team that handles all your business while you focus on being creative. Exactly. So yeah, we're at 15%.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's crucial because with everything that goes into admin, like literally, like that joint alone is a full-time job, right? So if you're a creative, like you need to be focusing on making as much music as possible and getting it out there, and let
Uh-huh.
somebody else handle
Hmm.
all the technical stuff, or not technical stuff, but the admin stuff. Um,
Right.
Randy said, so registering the copyright is crucial. So I guess is it like absolutely?
Translate into which language?
This is Siri trying to talk to us, trying to get in on the podcast. So I guess he's asking like, is it
Translate into which language?
Siri? Like I'm not talking to you. So so is it absolutely necessary for them to register the copyright with copyright.gov?
As a
Even though,
screenwriter,
oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, even though, once you create it, you own it, but I guess to solidify that proof, should they go ahead just to be safe and register with copyright.gov?
I think anything that you release commercially that is actually being shopped for any film and TV opportunities, or if you have not released it because maybe you're a songwriter or a producer and you're shopping material to get placement opportunities with the record label, you're sending it out to A&Rs, you're sending it out to, managers who are over the projects that you're trying to get on, maybe they manage the artists that you're trying to get placed with. I absolutely think that you should copyright the songs. And I'm not an attorney. This is a creative first talking to you because of what I had gone through. I had no idea that it would end up in the hands of Whitney Houston, so that's just one big example.
Yeah.
And I just know so many times that has happened that the writer didn't have their copyright and they weren't able to, get anything from it because of that.
Yeah.
And so, yes, I do think it's important. I think it's crucial that if you are a writer or producer and you're shopping your tracks and you're sending it out to all of these people, whether you own it or not, because it is your copyright, but is it registered? Are you able to then sue for the maximum damages that would be owed to you should this song blow up and really do well after it's been infringed on? You don't have that option without a registration. You just don't.
Wow. Yeah, I know anytime I'm working on some stuff, especially pitching for major artists and stuff like that, because it goes through so many hands, like a producer, then an A&R, and then their team, and then managers. Like that was like a first step before starting to shop it, because you never know, you know what I mean? Like, and you have a prime situation where you left a particular situation, and then after that they decided to pitch it, and it ended up with Whitney. And yeah, especially at that age. I know when I was 18, I probably didn't even fully understand the concept of copyright. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, I didn't either. I just knew it needed to be done.
Yeah.
So definitely not coming from a place like I just had it all together. I didn't have it figured out, but I knew for sure that the Library of Congress was something that most musicians had to be affiliated with or a part of to understand how to protect their work. And just by nature, my parents, were on me, and they're both entrepreneurial backgrounds. My grandparents, they own real estate agencies and insurance companies. So when it came down to paperwork,
you had that down.
And how things, they definitely had that in a bag. And so that's just kind of like what I've been around all my life. So it was something that was absolutely necessary to protect myself. And so I would recommend that anyone who is actively out here shopping your material, look, let me tell you, it's so crazy out here. You have even music supervisors who are taking ideas from some artists and creatives and getting their own in-house producers and songwriters to reproduce an idea that sounds similar so that they can keep everything in-house and not have to pay someone on the outside. Wow. That cuts you out, but they've also infringed upon your work, because if you can literally tell that this sounds like what I sent y'all, you see what I'm saying? Then you have a case, but you don't have a case. You don't have nothing to fight about if it's not registered, and you just been floating, sending it around, and it's just floating God knows where. And the same with labels and A&Rs. I'm sorry. There are some really great record labels and how they do business as far as like they're coming to the reality that, we haven't done right by a lot of musicians, a lot of creatives, a lot of artists. Let's do better. But you still have some of those grimy A&Rs, those grimy labels that are just take, 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 take. And so they're getting all these submissions and, they're, trying to find the next big talent. But a lot of them will take ideas from stuff that they've been sent and stuff that's being shot to them, and then have their artist that's already popping that they don't really have to do any work for because the artist is already big, and pitch those ideas to them. Yep. And so these type of things happen all the time. So yes, that's why it's crucial, because you need to be able to protect yourself, especially on the come up, because the come up is where majority of us get taken advantage of.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. Because it's yeah, man, it's a lot of vultures out there, man, and they don't have the talent, so they feed off of the up and coming creatives who are hungry and just want an opportunity and don't really fully understand everything business wise, and that you become a target. You know what I mean? So yes. That's why we're on here now, man, just sharing these gems. So you guys aren't easy targets, pretty much. You walk into a situation where you know your business. So I seen another question from also shout out to Troy Hayes. I seen Troy pop
Troy.
That's my guy.
With the Mezzo, he is incredibly talented. Like crazy. We are working chopping his material right now. He's just, I'm telling you, he's about to take over this year. This is gonna be a big year for him.
Nah, he's dope, man. We just finished up a Christmas song that we did. It was me, my guy B Vaughn, and then he wrote the lyrics and sung it.
Awesome.
Super dope. Big Shot Beats said, do you help put music on TV and film too? Is that something you guys do, or just?
So we do not guarantee placement. What we do is we have a catalog, and we also have a software where we upload to that it's like a marketplace where all music supervisors and production studios are a part of that marketplace. And because we're a publishing company, and through the relationships that we have access to those resources. And so they're able to come to our page and check out our catalog based on the writers that have uploaded and submitted. That does not guarantee that we will get you a placement. We do have relationships directly with some labels, as well as some A&Rs and managers, to where from time to time when opportunities come, they'll call us and say, hey, this is what we're looking for. But our business model is absolutely not set upon, we're shopping your music and getting you licensed TV, licenses for sync and TV. It's just not a part of what we can guarantee. For one, because our focus is mainly music business administration. And when those opportunities come, like for the writers that are on our roster that we manage catalog for, those license requests that come in for them, we absolutely will take over from there. But a lot of our attention is solely on setup and making sure that your royalties are coming in correctly and that everything is registered properly.
Yeah. Nice. That's what's up. Shout out to new people coming in, man. We're live with Tami LaTrell, talking about music publishing, answering all those super complicated questions that everybody is just confused about all the time. So she's here to clarify them and make it make sense for us. So if you have any questions, be sure to drop them in the chat. Smash the like button if you guys are digging this info. I see we got a lot of people already just loving the knowledge you're dropping. So again, I appreciate you coming through. Indeed. Big Shot said thank you. Zamira Music, what's up? Welcome to the stream.
Hi, Zamira.
Graham, who said Siri trying to add her to? Yeah, Siri was trying to chime in. I don't know what she's talking about. Man, this is a lot of good info. Like literally, I'll be like going back to this joint and like watching it and replaying it just to soak in everything. So the MLC, like I've been curious about that. So like, what exactly is that for people who don't fully understand like what the MLC is, what they're doing, what they're collecting, and why? Like, can you explain that?
Yes. So let's go back to Let's go back to like, when do you think the emergence of streaming happened? About 2009,
Yeah, like
2008, maybe.
probably around that time, because I remember. I think I want to say it was like after that whole LimeWire stuff.
Yes, yes. So within that time frame of the digital shared files and Napster and all that stuff was like a really big deal. They had a huge lawsuit and the company got shut down for like sharing files. There became an emergence of streaming platforms that started to come from overseas, and they started making their way over into the United States territory. And what they started doing was negotiating deals with the labels directly for the catalogs to be able to add those catalogs to their streaming apps so that you and I can go straight to the app, download it, and listen and stream any song that is included. So that was a deal that was done with the record labels, and the record labels had a huge licensing fee that these streaming companies paid to house these royalties. But no one thought about the songwriters and producers. And so, with that being said, these catalogs were being played, streamed millions of times as we're all discovering music. And there was no regulation on paying out songwriters and producers because the United States, unfortunately, we just weren't ready for it. It hit us, and there were no laws in Congress that were protecting writers and producers. So about 2013, we decided to partner the Recording Academy, which I'm a member of. I'm actually now the governor of the Recording Academy Atlanta chapter. But back in the day, I was working as a district advocate as a member. And we started rallying for change in our legislation to make sure that songwriters and producers are getting paid off of these royalties that the streaming companies are actually generating every time there's a stream. And so we fought for years, meeting with Congress members, local and national. And finally, at the end of 2018, Kanye West got with Donald Trump and had him sign the Music Modernization Act, which is the law. Yeah, shout out to Kanye.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm pretty sure Trump didn't know what he was signing, probably really didn't care. He just wanted to be affiliated with Kanye.
Right.
And that's fine. You know, Kanye used his platform. Shout out to Ye. Okay, we appreciate you. Right. Because he was able to sign that law. And what that meant is that now the streaming companies they have to account for all royalties, both on the master recording side and the publishing side. And they have to send those royalties to one centralized place. And so that's where the Mechanical Licensing Collective comes in. It's a hub where all of the streaming companies send in royalties that are coming in on the publisher side to make sure that those royalties are then distributed out to the rightful owners, which are the composers, the songwriters, and the producers, and the publishing companies that publish them. And so we are registered with the MLC as a publisher. And we have started ingesting and putting in all of our catalog now that we're no longer with our third parties. And, you know, we're just waiting on royalties to come in.
Yeah. So can like artists and producers or songwriters and producers register with MLC directly, or do they have to go through a publisher?
They can be self-published. However, if you don't understand the process and the language of how those actual songs have to be registered and inputted, you know, you can always take a FAQ or, you know, schedule some time to talk with someone. But depending on the size of your catalog and what all needs to be done, you know, it also can be a bit of a daunting, you know, task. And so most writers just decide to do it with an admin publisher, since we literally manage their entire catalog.
Yeah. Joshua said,
but, you know, to each his own.
Yeah. He didn't know Kanye did that. Yeah, man. Like, I know Kanye has his weird moments, right? And you know, the media, they blow certain things up, but you know, he's smart at the end of the day. And like you said, he leveraged his platform, you know, on behalf of all the producers and writers out there to do something that can benefit us. You know, I know a lot of people may not like the fact that, you know, he was so close to Trump or whatever, but You know,
He had a purpose.
he had, yeah, it was,
Yeah, he had a purpose. And I honestly feel like, when you are that successful, a lot of times, a lot of people are not going to agree with what you do. But, overall, if he did anything, else, or if he didn't do anything, like, we definitely appreciate him for that, because the Music Modernization Act, it provides so many different benefits to us as writers and producers. For one, the royalty rate is supposed to increase over 44% over the next 4 years, which is great. That means that the streaming companies have to pay out more, because we know that those percentages are very low. I'm talking about some companies are paying like 0.0037 cents a stream. It's ridiculous. And so, you can't really build sustain a career if you're just sitting around waiting on hundreds of pennies to come in based off of how many streams. And we know at the end of the day, like, you really have to have marketing to push the songs in order to really see a benefit. So not everybody has a major placement. You have some people who are indie artists who are cultivating their fan base, cultivating their brand, and they deserve the same amount of streams, but depending on marketing, will also determine how much money and revenue you'll see on the other side. So, we always say, just as your admin, we'll at least make sure that your business is taken care of. That way you can focus solely on marketing as an indie label or as an artist, if that is what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, you're going to need a budget to put behind that so that you can actually see royalties coming in. It's not just, it's a great song. It's a whole bunch of great songs on streaming platforms right now. A whole bunch of great songs by very talented people. But the streams are very low because there's not any attention going into actually marketing and promoting the song.
Yeah. It's just like anything in business, any business, like, you can have the dopest product, service, whatever, put up a website, it's there, but nobody will ever know about it until you learn how to drive traffic to it. It's the same with
Absolutely.
Music,
Absolutely.
But yeah, they definitely need to catch up those streaming royalties. I know even on the TV film side, like the Netflix and Hulu's and stuff, like the royalties we see from that, it's ridiculous. Like, and we're waiting for that pretty much for the outdated music industry to catch up to today, pretty much.
Yes, because it is definitely outdated. And, that's why I'm advocating, our core principles here at the Mezzo is to educate, to advocate, and to support the music creator. And so, we educate them through the consultations. I literally just had one before I hopped on with you. There was a client that came in, he had some issues with the song getting placed and he wasn't aware of it. The song was not copywritten. In addition to that, he, doesn't have a Sound Exchange account, had no clue of what it was and what it does, what Sound Exchange collects. So, I was in the conference room with him. I actually took out my dry erase board and I went to town, just giving him a whole visual of, what all this looks like and how it works. And so we educate first. After we educate, then we advocate. So if there's anything that we need to step in, if I need to pull in some of my legal team, some of the entertainment lawyers that I have relationships with to help, advocate for you, for your rights, that's what we will do. We will make sure that all of that is taken care of for you and get the ball rolling on that. And then supporting you. How do we support you? By making sure that you have a reliable company that works on your behalf as a music creative to make sure that your songs are registered properly, and that, all your business is taken care of. You have your publishing company set up, and you have all of the different things that you need, even the resources and the information that we share, just in case, you get a placement and something happens. You need to know that you can call someone and say, hey, Tami, how do I fill out this split sheet correctly? Or how do I, get the songs registered, of my copyright registered? Can you help us with that? And so we just, make sure that we're here 100% to support the music creative, as they are very, 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 very underserved in this music community.
Yeah. I think that's super dope, because a lot of admin, like publishers and things like that, like, they won't take the time out to, to sit down with you and educate you. And,
Absolutely not.
They'll do everything for you and not necessarily break down what they're even doing. So by the time the deal is over, you still don't know what's going on. You still don't know what to
Still in the
do.
blind. You're still in the blind. And my songwriters, usually they can call me directly. You know, I have a calendar. My assistant Deja is always here scheduling and putting them on the calendar to meet with me. Like, we have real talks. For one, because I can speak both languages. I was a creative. I still am a creative, but, you know, I don't obviously write as much as I used to. But I can speak to them from a different side of it, because I know what it's like on the creative side to create something out of nothing. I know what it's like, the collaboration process, being in the studio, working and just, you know, really trying to feel people's vibe out and, you know, ask those uncomfortable questions and all that type of stuff. I know what that is like, in addition to the business side, you know. And, you know, I really think, you know, my business acumen of having corporate experience also helped me to really see what the need was and build the infrastructure on how to actually operate and function as an entity that no one else is doing. This is a business model that I literally had to kind of pull all of my passion, but at the same time, pull all of my skill sets together to create for, you know, all music creators who are interested.
Yeah. That's awesome. What was it? Awazi, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. We said, any advice for artists outside from Africa in terms of placements? So I guess.
You know, it's really important to affiliate with someone in the U.S. I know Africa has a huge movement right now with the Afrobeats, but a lot of those companies have affiliated here in the U.S. in order to, you know, get picked up on different playlists and, you know, get exposure. And then, you know, a lot of the African artists, songwriters, and producers have started making their way to Atlanta. You know, they're moving to the States, you know, just to kind of be a little bit more closely connected. However, the game still doesn't change. If you are in Africa, you need to be marketing and promoting your material. You need to be performing, you know, doing shows, you know, networking with the officials that are out there who are, you know, on the pulse of music and adding songs to whether it's radio or, you know, some type of programming that they have out there. And just as far as placements go, it takes relationships. You know, like I said, our company is not focused on that. That's not a part of our business model. It's to just shop songs. However, you can go online. You have social media at your dispense to be able to do research on music supervisors, production studios, you know, music libraries that are cultivating all of these different sounds to be able to pitch to opportunities that come up. So I would strongly suggest, if you're interested, maybe you want to, you know, purchase a consultation with me so I can kind of go over your material and really see, you know, and give you some pointers. But, you know, it really takes relationships, networking and building, and also executing. And when people are asking you for certain things, are you delivering? You know, that's also important as well.
Super dope. And what website should they go to if they want to book a consultation?
So if you want to book a consultation, you can go directly to my Instagram, which is Tami LaTrell, TamiLatrell, and click the link in my bio, and it brings up all of my links. It brings up my consultation links. It brings up my bio. It brings up the information about the Mezzo agency, which is our company. So it'll say about my company. You can click that and learn about who we are and all of our services. It says book a consultation. You can click on book a consultation, and we'll get you on the calendar.
Super dope. And I put her Instagram handle in the description too, so you guys can check that out. Big Shot Beat says, what are some things we have to be aware of when getting our first major placement?
You definitely want to make sure that you're registered with the PRO. You have your IPI, and that you're able to give that information to, you know, usually the attorney is who's handling your production agreement and going over all the paperwork for the track. But you want to make sure that, you know, you get a fee to be able to sell off. I hate to use the word sell because we use licenses. We don't sell. But when you're working with the major label and they're wanting to own the master recording, they're going to pay you a fee so that you can sell the track to them so that they can have ownership. But you want to make sure that you're getting your fee for the production, as well as you want to make sure that you're getting your publishing on the other side of the copyright. So you have 2 copyrights per song. One is the master recording and one is the publishing. You want to make sure that you're getting your production fee on the master recording side. You want to also make sure you're getting your points, because you should get producer points. They typically range between 2 to 5%, just depends on, how big you are. And then you also want to make sure that on the publishing side, you're getting your publishing share for production. And that can range easily from 25 to 50%, just depending on what was negotiated with everyone else.
Yeah. Super good information. Listen, these major labels, they will sit on your money. Like last situation I had, like literally, like I had to, like we had to hit them up and be like album's out, like let's get paid now. You know what I mean? Like they will literally just sit there and just won't say anything.
You have to have an aggressive attorney, and people who aren't afraid to, start threatening some action. And it's sad because it shouldn't really be that way. But again, there are no laws that are governing the record companies, the record industry, and how they handle certain things, how they handle music creatives. Think about it. If in a regular day, you actually had a song and someone heard your song and they put it out without giving you permission, without getting permission from you or paying you for it, but they're generating money off of it. Right. If you compare that to something that is just like a regular day-to-day stuff, it could be an item in a store that's being actually stolen and resold to make money off of it. Right. That's breaking the law.
That's illegal.
You know what I'm saying? That's illegal. Yep. So the same thing, like we don't have any laws that govern the music industry and how these labels handle business and how they do things. So they can get away with it over and over again. However, if you're just doing your due diligence on a day-to-day and that happens, you're going to jail. Yeah. You getting, something is going to happen. You either getting sued, going to jail, getting arrested for committing such acts that are similar to theft, copyright infringement. It's theft, so it's just really, really interesting how I've just seen so many things evolve that do not hold these labels. And some publishing companies, they don't hold, there's nothing out there to hold people accountable, hold these companies accountable. And it really should be, but that's why you have to have an attorney or you have to have someone that is going to advocate on your behalf to just protect you.
Yeah. Lexadon 10 says, do your clients have access to the royalty statements that you manage for them?
Yes, we send out the royalty statements to them every quarter. Our new platform that we have will be it's called a front end portal to where they can actually log in and see the royalties that are coming in. But usually once we download the reports, we actually send out their statements and we send out their reports and attach it to their email. So it has everything included, and they can literally go line for line if they want, to see where their money is coming from and how much was actually paid. So yeah, our new system will allow us to do that. The previous system that we had before, all of our data just got downloaded.
Okay. That's what's up. All right, y'all. That was dope. Listen, I'm not going to hold you all day. We've been here for about an hour or so. I appreciate you coming through. Is there any last words you want to let the people, let the people in on, or also, tell them again where they can find you if they missed that, or
sure.
How they get in touch with you or the
Absolutely. So we are taking consultations every single day. You guys have, all the rights and access. If you want a one-on-one consultation with me, depending on my schedule, you will or will not have to pay. It just depends on how, if I'm able to slide somebody in a slot. But you can call our 1-800 number, 1-888-413-4828 and schedule a consultation. If that's something that you want to do. We do in person, but we also ask that you bring and wear your mask because of COVID. And I think COVID is like kind of creeping back up on us. So, but we also do video consultations as well. I have a team. If you're not meeting with me, you can also meet with another member of our team who also are music administrators and they understand the business. But you can log on to our website at mezzoagency.com. That's MEZZO agency.com. And like I said, you can call us at 1-888-413-4828 to speak with the representative and get on the schedule to go over your account, go over, anything that you have that is set up. If you don't have anything set up, we can do an assessment and set everything up for you. And we're able to send a quote out to you and get started.
Dope stuff. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Please smash the like button if it was. Make sure you guys follow Tami LaTrell. She's always dropping gems on the gram and on YouTube and stuff like that. Book that consultation and get up on this publishing game. Tami, again, thank you. I appreciate you for coming through.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of the week, and we'll definitely be in touch.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Clint, for having me. Bye, everyone.
All right. See you. All right, y'all. I'm out. I appreciate you guys coming through. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you thought this joint was helpful, if you thought it was helpful, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.